Hey Queen, welcome back. So, should you be yourself in dating and relationships? You've heard this before. And I would say the myth of being yourself. So, just be yourself. They said it'll be fun. In every single thing that I teach you to be authentic and genuine. In my adored masterclass that just came out, we talk about the type of woman who evokes adoration. And also, in my courtship for marriage course in the rotational dating journey, there's a lot about that, about how to be authentic and genuine. But so then, how is it a bad thing to be yourself when dating? So this more refers to being yourself when you are unfiltered, when you don't have codes of conduct, when you don't have etiquette, manners, and all these things. When you don't know what discretion is, when you don't have any thought or intention, when you don't have any strategy to you, when you just kind of wing the whole thing and again don't know about discretion and other codes of conduct. So obviously, if it were true that just being yourself would cut it, nobody would have issues in dating or in relationships, right? Because they're just, being themselves. So there's a difference between being authentic, genuine, and between just being yourself. Because I think when they refer to just be yourself, there could be, an element of like not growing. When I talk about codes of conduct and things like this, right? Which is all the stuff we learn in coaching. It's about an element of growth, an element of refining yourself, an element of leveling up, and even glowing up, right? So, because for example, a huge common thing is like, oh, you have an open heart and you want to be vulnerable, and what happens? You end up oversharing and talking about what you did in your past relationships. Because a way that men have to really know what you're made of and gauge you and size you up is to learn about your past relationships. So it's something they love to bring up. And again, in my, courtship for marriage course, we talk about all those things, discretion. Okay. So, if you haven't, so for example, all the stuff that I know is things that you learn in certain type of society in Mexico where I grew up, like, these codes of conduct, these, just codes and rules in general, right? That you learn in certain types of societies, certain echelons of society, not in all of them, right? Like it's the stuff of the fine girls that that I learned growing up and that I teach now to you. It's not the stuff that we learned in the ghetto. No, no, no. It's not for that. It's for those who would like to level up in terms of, behavior. So no, don't be yourself in that you just wing it. Like if you grew up with like certain guidance, with certain protocols and just what are some no-nos and what are some go, green light behaviors. That's one thing. But if you didn't grow up with like a lot of guidance and etiquette, and I don't mean etiquette like, oh, how do you grab the napkin? Like none of that. No, I'm talking about the things you say. Like if you didn't learn with the art of discretion, right? And another thing is like follow your heart, like be yourself. Mm-mm. This is for someone like very advanced. Kind of like, okay, you know your human design and you follow that's like sacral, hit. No, no, no. Like that's like the advanced stuff we learn. But like when you are yourself in terms of like being impulsive in an animalic way, that's when it'll backfire. I had a client recently, she told me like, I just have this impulsive behavior, kind of like I'm too much myself. And I'm like thinking, because I haven't really talked to her much about this, but because we're in like a pause, whatever. But what it is when you have a sacral authority in your human design and a particular channel, the channel of now, that can be misconstrued as impulsive. So like there's a lot, to being yourself and how to be yourself authentically and true to you and in alignment to soul. That's literally what we learn in my practice, whether it be one-on-one. Um, and I cover the part about being genuine in my masterclass and the rotational dating course, but there